you're comfortable?
Yes, sir.
Huh?
Yes, sir.
Yes. You are from which place?
I'm from Baram, Cuttack district.
Khatua. Tell us something about yourself.
I am Truptimayee Khatua, belongs to Baram, Cuttack district. I have completed my primary schooling from Madhuban UP school. Then I completed my matriculation from Mundavana High School, Cuttack. Then I have completed my degree from Kunja Bihari Degree College under Utkal University in 2019 in BSc Botany Honors. Since then I am preparing for civil service. I am a deterministic enthusiastic girl. My hobbies include cooking and organic farming.
Organic farming. Tell me something about organic farming. Why organic farming?
So, as my biodata say, I am a botany student. For this reason, I have a soft corner for plants and for environment. And for my father, I have some learning about farming. For this reason, I have a soft corner for organic farming. And I basically in our backyard I do organic farming when I got some leisure time. And in organic farming I basically use my grey water, my house grey water, then organic compost that has been produced by our cow shed. I'm a village girl, that's for reason I am able to do that. For this reason I have a sub kind of organic farming.
But then what is the present type of farming if this is organic farming? So what is currently going on? Vartamanta ko type of farming.
So right now in India, organic farming also progressing, but when you're talking about overall farming system, we basically overall rely on chemical farming right now.
So what's wrong with the chemical farming?
So in ecological point of view, chemical farming are more harmful for our ecology. It pollutes our water and our environment, our soil. For this reason, we are much more enthusiastic for the adoption of organic farming.
Good. Internationally, apna paper padhte bhe Truptimayee, you must be reading newspapers. What paper you read?
So I used to read Hindu newspaper, the Hindu.
Hindu, very good. So tell us something about any international event which has engaged your attention. Anything, any international event of late.
So recently, international event like mischief activities in France, protest.
Tell us something about. In fact, we are intrigued. Suddenly, France, things are burning. There are riots going on, and then the president himself asking the parents to keep the young children at home, 15, 16-year-old adolescent boys and girls. I'm not able to make out. What is your opinion?
So one of the cause of riots in France and overall in Europe is migration from other countries, especially from African countries, and going racial discrimination there. Their police basically discriminate about toward black people. We can say about African people.
Wonderful, Truptimayee. Sorry, don't mind. We are stopping you here because we are severely constrained for time, but we got a point. So wonderful point you are making. Basically, that's a good point. Now coming to the national level, on our own borders, our own country, Manipur has been burning because we are talking about France burning, riots going on, but our own country, our own backyard. Sorry to say backyard, what I mean is our border. It has been going on, and even today what we read in the papers is army is saying, oh, we also find it difficult to deal, tough to deal with it. So, and it has been going on for quite some time. Our Home Minister has been camping there. So, in this regard, what is your opinion?
So So one of the causes lack of tolerance between different ethnicity in Manipur. And another reason could be tribal status of Meitei community.
Okay.
Manipur High Court has suggested that to consider about tribal status to the Meitei community, but this verdict has been turned into a violent between two ethnicity.
No, ये गोटे कथा कहंतु. You tell us one thing, Truptimayee. The Meitei people, they are, as of now, they are non-tribal.
Yes, sir.
They are not tribal.
Yes, sir.
Why are they so eager? Why are they so eager to become tribal status? Many, for instance, many of the non-tribals would not like to be declared as tribals. What is the benefit?
So our constitution also provide lots of benefits to the tribal people, and in Manipur, when a community declared as tribal people, they could buy some lands from
Excellent.
tribal areas.
I stop here. Truptimayee, I will not hold you any longer. Sir.
Right, you are from Cuttack.
Yes, sir.
So can you tell us something about the cultural history of Cuttack?
So Cuttack is a historical city.
Right.
Has been for a long time capital of Odisha, and right now it's a judicial capital of Odisha.
Okay.
And Cuttack has a rich historical background and forts like Baravati Durga.
Can you tell me something about Baravati Durga?
Yes, sir. Baravati Durga has been created by Annakhanga Binodeva in 1229. And since then it has considered as one of the finest fort of Odisha and overall in India.
Can you tell me how many types of forts are there? Baravati belongs to which category?
Sorry, sir.
Okay. Have you heard of a person by the name of Ashoka?
Yes, sir. Ashoka Darbar.
Did he have any contribution for Odisha?
Yes, sir. In 3rd century BC, Kalinga has a part of Ashoka Empire. After Ashoka victory,
Not Ashokan Empire, Mauryan Empire.
Mauryan Empire.
Right.
After Kalinga war, and since then Buddhism spread to the Odisha.
Did Kalinga war really take place?
Sir,
A lot of people are debating now that Kalinga war, there wasn't any Kalinga war. Did it really take place?
Sir, it varies with different historian biasness. So
Now we normally talk about evidence. That with evidence we say that this has happened or that had not happened. So what is the evidence? Do we have any inscription where it is written that
Yes, sir.
about the Kalinga war?
yes, sir. In northwest frontier of India, Kalinga has put some. Ashoka has put some inscription about the Kalinga war.
What is
It's based here in 13th Rock Edict,
Very good. What is the place? Name of the place?
Afghanistan.
Specific location. Afghanistan is
Sorry,
Country.
sir, I'm not able to.
Shahbazgari. Okay. Remember, not only in Afghanistan but also all the locations where Ashoka has put in major rock edicts. In major rock edicts, he has mentioned about the war because the major rock edicts, they have the 13th edict. Okay. Now, in Odisha, we are celebrating Panchayat Raj Divas.
Yes, sir.
When?
In April 24.
Is it 24th April? I don't think.
April 24th,
So
Panchayat Raj.
birthday of
Sorry, sir.
Honorable 5th. Okay. It is 5th. Birthday of
Sorry, sir. I'm not
Honorable former Chief Minister, father of
Biju Patnaik.
yes. Now, that Panchayat Raj Divas, what's the basic idea of Panchayat Raj Divas? Panchayat Raj, what is that basic idea?
So basic idea behind the Panchayat Raj is empowering politically, economically, socially, grassroots level of people.
Okay, very good. Now, can you give me any connectivity that this is something new, we say, that we have introduced that village administration. But if you go back to 920 AD, there was a dynasty which had really introduced this, which we now call as the local self-government. Which was that dynasty? Who was the king who really introduced? He was much ahead than the time that he was in. And what is the inscription? That's a very important inscription.
Chola dynasty.
Chola, yes.
Yeah, Uttar Meru
Very good. And the king?
King was Rajendra Chola.
No, it is Parantaka first. Okay. Now I'll ask you one more. You see, many, like we come to know about a lot of things from evidences.
Yes, sir.
Like there was a king by the name of Samudragupta.
Samudragupta.
To history he was not known. One inscription brought him to light. What was that?
That was Ayur inscription.
Ayurveda inscription is of the Chalukyas. This is the Allahabad
Allahabad inscription.
Prasasti. Okay, Allahabad Prasasti. And can you just very briefly tell me something about Hatti Gumpha inscription? You are in Odisha, it is in Bhubaneswar. Tell me something about the Hatti Gumpha inscription. It talks about whom?
Sorry sir, right now I'm not able to record it.
Okay, do look into, because Hatti Gumpha inscription belongs to the Chedi dynasty, Kharavada. You must have heard his name. Okay, 1st century BC. It talks about a king by the name of Kharavada. In 17 lines, talks about 13 years. Okay, it's in Brahmi inscription. Who was the first person to decipher Brahmi?
Prince Charles.
No. Decipher man pratham thar pai taku padhile kiye. Decipher kale. Jemti Harappan inscription kon helani decipher?
No sir.
Not as yet. So Brahmi has been deciphered. Who was the person who has deciphered?
Sorry sir.
James Princeton.
James
Okay.
Princeton.
Right, sir. Sir.
Truptimayee, as you are going to induct yourself by qualifying this service, you will be coming across many schemes of government.
Yes sir.
Could you name few schemes which are implemented by Planning Commission?
Implemented by Planning Commission.
Implemented by Planning and Convergence Department of Government of Odisha.
So MLA large scheme, which giving 45 lakhs to the elected MLA for the local area development. And right now, Mukta scheme has been introduced by Odisha government for the urban employment generation, as like MG Narega. And for the transportation facility, Lakshmi scheme has been introduced by Odisha government. And for the women empowerment, Mission Shakti has been introduced to flourish SHG group and economical political development of the women. And for the tribal development, PBTG nutritional development scheme has been introduced by government of Odisha. Then PM Ajay, which has been a centrally sponsored scheme. Odisha has good implementation history about tribal schemes. And Nuwa scheme has been introduced by Odisha for training 1 lakh youths in developing technologies like robotics, AI, and many other development technology. Yes.
You belong to Cuttack.
Yes.
What is the population composition of Cuttack?
So as per 2011 census, Cuttack consists of 44 lakh something population.
44 lakh.
64 lakh. Sorry sir. 64.
District of Cuttack?
Sir?
District of Cuttack.
Yes sir.
You mean Cuttack means district of Cuttack?
District of Cuttack. And the composition of Cuttack population. Sorry sir.
And what do you mean by population composition?
Different section of people like female, male, aged people, and SC, ST. I think this is a composition of.
What is the tribal percentage in Khatua district?
Sorry, sir, I'm not able to recollect.
Sir.
Okay, good, Truptimayee. So this is your first
Yes, sir.
appearance in the
Yes, sir.
exam?
Yes, sir.
Good. How old are you, by the way?
So I am 23 plus.
After your education, you were doing something after completing your education?
No, so after graduation, I am preparing for civil service.
Very good.
Sir, you belong to, you passed out from Barang College,
Yes, sir.
Punjabi.
Yes, sir.
Who established that college?
Dr. Vansadhar Panda has established this college on the name of his father, who is Kunjo Bihari Panda.
Who is Vansadhar Panda?
Vansadhar Panda is was a renowned entrepreneur of Odisha who has established INFA.
Good, Truptimayee. So what is your own assessment? We are rushing through for want of time, don't mind, okay? What is your own assessment? How do you assess your performance?
So I think I need much more knowledge about history, as I could not able to answer some history questions. So I need more clarity about history. Basically, Odia history.
Odisha history.
Odisha history.
Then?
Then I should frame my words more perfectly. I should frame my words more perfectly. I think I am bumbling in some words.
No. That is not, I think we can speak for the board perhaps. For want of time, we are not elaborating. You have done well. Conceptual clarity is there. For instance, I think the honorable member was also impressed. You are not major history major. It is not your optional also.
Yes.
But in fact, I was a little scared about the questions. But then you faced, you saved your wicket. You answered many of them. And possibly for the honorable member, when you asked about the composition of Cuttack, and then you said the composition, you very well said, what is the male-female ratio, SC, ST population, and then the profile, demographic, aged people. But you had the conceptual clarities that don't worry about. Regarding expression, words, etc., you are not fumbling. Not at all. You are good in articulation, good in conceptual clarity. Because these questions will help you to have a firmer grip on more than because you said it is in Afghanistan that script, Brahmi script, because obviously the member is an expert member. You at your level, I think we are satisfied. And these questions will only motivate you in future to go into depth. And then, because yours is cut up. So what is the composition? Broadly, it may not be exact. For 40 lakhs is at 60, but fine. But the composition, a little more down to earth kind of once you become a civil servant.
You were citing 2011 census.
Yes, sir.
But in every 10 years there is census.
Yes, sir.
There is also 2021.
Yes, sir. But due to COVID-19, it could not be held. But government is preparing for that.
Good. Good, Truptimayee, we stop here. You have any questions from your side?
Yes, sir. So, if I board member asks about cooking, as I mentioned my hobby, which type of question could be from cooking side?
Because cooking could be, you do cook, don't you?
Yes, sir.
You really cook,
Yes,
so
sir.
you should be able. Only thing is they may take it, for instance, children, yesterday in the board, one expert member was asking, okay, you cook, but then it's not ordinary cooking. The children, for instance, they go in for what they call this useless food. What is it called?
Fast food.
Huh?
Fast food.
Fast food and also
Roadside.
junk food.
Junk food.
So because you're going to be an administrator, to take the children away from the lure of junk food and fast food, to really the food has to be nutritious, at the same time cooking, home food. What do you do? So they will give it a positivities, then you can say. It is not cooking for the sake of cooking. Here is a collective cooking. Here, So you have a certain purpose. I do cook. So it's not a simply ordinary mindless cooking. I am cooking when I cook for my family, particularly children in mind. My idea is to make it tasty and nutritious at the same time to create the flavor and taste for the children. I will add the condiments, spices that may give. If you don't know, don't worry about it. But slightly to bring it a little above. You get the point?
Yes.
What will you do to make it attract? That's all. Overall, your performance, Truptimayee, is very good. So it's very good. So you should not see. We are worried when you enter. When is the interview?
24.
24. The idea of the mock
You have
test. The idea of the mock test is not to make you panic, or when you come, you should not go away less confident or nervous. Then the mock interview would not have served its purpose. Possibly, we find you are adequately, you are confident, you are assured. National events, Manipur, Meiti, international level, you answered them very well, particularly France. So all the questions you took on, maybe the numbers may not be there, don't worry about it. So I would say you are excellent. Okay, have that confidence, and then these questions should help you, particularly about the katak, the composition, so that you have firmer grip, because you're down to earth. Theory is alright, down to earth, so that you know.
You see,
Demography is changing around.
if they are a permanent habitant, tribal habitant of Khatua, that you have to find. If they are migratory, it's okay. But it's not a tribal district.
Yes, sir.
Okay?
Yes, sir. So which part of which sector of Cuttack I should focus on? Like is economy means every aspect.
Every aspect.
Every aspect.
The advantage of going to smaller and smaller, the devil is in the detail, as they say. So when you take a unit, a district as a unit, so the spectrum. Possibly. So you have to visualize when I become a development administrator. So it is good. The more and more you come to the detail as far. But then our worry is, you should not cram. Don't cram. You whatever you know, you
This is
consolidate.
your first attempt.
Yes, sir.
First
Yes, sir.
written.
Yes, sir. First attempt.
First attempt written.
Yes, sir.
And first this is interview.
So
You have a
Whatever
fair
you know,
chance.
you put it up very distinctly, very clearly.
You have a fair chance.
Don't worry, don't be anxious. You're good. As far as brush up on
What is the
this.
meaning of Truptimayee?
So Trupti means pleasure. To get something good, pleasure.
Good, we can stop here, sir. I think we
You
are
can
running
write
out
out the
of
history of Cuttack,
Yes, sir.
starting from the Baimundi story
Yes, sir.
to the embankment, the purpose why it was done, to save Cuttack from flooding, flood. Just keep track of those things.
Yes, sir.
That's a good one. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Are you satisfied?
Yes, sir.
You appear a little hesitant, self-doubt, then we are worried. Then we have not said that.
No, sir. I
Ah.
am satisfied.
Okay, these questions, they will give you they will send you there. Think about it. That is with a view to sharpen.
You have time, surplus time, right?
Yes, sir.
So prepare nicely.
Take brush up कर देती हो भी इंचुली, you must be knowing इंचुली.
Injury, yes, sir.
You must be knowing about Eram.
Eram, yes, sir.
Just brush up those things. Salt Satyagraha and
Blood.
similarity
Yes,
of
sir.
Jallianwala Bagh
Jallianwala.
massacre at Eram and Salt Satyagraha at Inchuli.
Injury.
All India.
Iram is
started
Iram
with-
is in which district?
Eram is in. Sorry, sir.
Anyway, sir, let us not again begin the rounds. That will make her nervous. Okay, fine. Truptimayee. Okay. Anything else you would like to say?
You just succeed in your
We'll do well.
yes.
Thank you, sir.
One final word from our side. Consolidate what you know, and these things should enable you to just brush up. But if you should not take more than you can ingest. Buddhivilla.
Yes, sir.
Internalize as far as possible. Be confident. The trick is, like when Sir is asking, Koti, where exactly in Afghanistan, you should be happy that you could go as far as the country. Then you should not look at disturb. If you don't know, because that's a fact. No, sir, I won't be. With a pleasant smile, pass it on. That is a very, very important trick. Similarly, numbers, if you do not know, pass it on. Where is it? With the same smiling face and confidence. The trick of the trade is, from the beginning to the end, you should not lose your composure, your confidence, and yes, sir, I will look it up.
Yes, sir.
Not feel defeated. It is not a classroom, you are not a student, we are not professors. You are going to be an officer, you cannot know everything. So what you know, consolidate, be confident. Whatever you do not know, you will not know many things. You say with a pleasant, confident face, you say, sir, I look at it. Okay? Right? All the best, Truptimayee.
Thank you, sir.
We would like to see you in the list. God bless you.